Say Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
We want to give double honors to our Apostle Ellis Great Millstone, who teach very well. We like this truth from his salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to preach his word in our true faith and sincerity. To all y'all, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
And yeah, Shabbat shalom, man. You know, today we come here again to prophesy against the downfall of America. You know, and it's evident that we can see these things is falling apart right before our eyes. The infrastructure, and it's always a plan to try to regenerate this place back, but those plans fail. We had this guy Biden with Build Back Better. We have Trump with Make America Great Again. And ultimately, America will not go back into its golden age that it was at once before, like a woman. You know, once those perky teeth started getting saggy and that fat ass started turning to flab, for the lack of better words, she far gone from her prime, for the lack of better words. And America is way gone from her prime, man. You know, that golden age of those good old boys who never live in a home, all those days is gone, man. Now America is going to get ready to witness on the troubles and evils here in these latter days, man. And what more than here in America, man? You know, this place is full of violence, death, wickedness. You know, and ultimately what this place do, when you were born, it ultimately cultivates you to be a nigga, man. It actually cultivates you to be an anti-Messiah against the Lord. It cultivates you to be overly emotional. And as you tap into the spirit and you look at these people who's outside, you'll see more and more why this place must be destroyed, man. You know, Papa Shot, anybody got something? You got it, bro.
Yeah, this Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There's no throne.
Right there, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Now, America, why it's known as a virgin, because there have never been any major wars upon this soil. So this place haven't really known adversity, man, like a third world country, or even though those people over there in Gaza, they fear for their life every day. Even during the 1940s in the UK, those blitz bombings over there in Europe, you know, that left people at an uneasy spirit. But Babylon is in a comfortable spirit, man. Read that again from the top up.
Yeah, it says, come down and sit in the dust.
Yeah, come down and sit in the dust. Come down from that lofty estate. Come down from being too comfortable, man. You got it?
And sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There's no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, you're no more being called tender and delicate. You're not that beautiful tenderoni back in the 50s, man. People can see you as that whore, you know, that filthy being upon the planet Earth. Because wherever you go, it's a stench. Wherever you go, things get stolen. You know, niggas don't trust their wallet around you because you're nothing but a deceitful being, man. A deceitful dealer throughout the whole planet Earth. You got it, bro. There's a little bit more on there.
Yeah, it says, take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh.
And yes, you can actually see the worth of a prostitute once you lift up that skirt, man. You know, if she got bumps and boils, that's a $5 hooker, man. You know, even if she got a lot of hair down there, you don't want, you know, it's a smell to you, like, no, man. And so now everybody have lifted up the score of Babylon. They can see her true value, man. And her value is shit, man. And the reason why she's getting money throughout the whole planet Earth is through her riches, you know, but you got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, pass over the rivers, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yes, and the Lord, he's going to meet you as a divine being. And that's the reason why they got their Hubble telescope at work 24/7, looking out into the stars and looking for the return of our Lord Yahawashi. This guy, he's in the panic mode. That's why a couple of years ago, this guy Trump came out with something called Project Warp Speed. The reason why it's called Project Warp Speed, because he knows that he have for a short time. He's desperate, and he can see that our Lord is on his way, and what he's trying to do is hold back time so he can get this new world order and think that his society is going to continue to live forever, man. You know? But that was going out?
Yeah, that's it.
You got it.
Yeah, this is going to the brother speaking to. He saw shame being shown. Really, a lot of his shame being shown now is those curses being passed up to him. That cup of trembling, that cup of curses. Hey, Esau's feeling the effect that is leaving Jake, but it's being passed on to him. I go here, I got some. But this is 11. Okay, This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21.
Oh, yeah, come on.
It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Now, if I may, it says, rejoice and be glad because this is your rulership, man. Live it up. You got it?
It says, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And that's what done happened. Esau forced his neighbor to drink of the wine. You know, these philosophies by way of the sword ultimately. But this lie has went out throughout the earth so long that he's fallen victim to taking his own product, man. So now he's being made drunk. And in that same drunkenness, now the scriptures will speak to it. Was you holding that in Habakkuk?
Yeah,
What was he holding?
read what you got, huh?
Okay, good. It says, I hold it in Habakkuk. This is 2, the point is at 16, but I got to read 15. It says, I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? And that's what Esau did. He forced his neighbors to the bottle. He forced the bottle upon his neighbor by way of his philosophies, man. And he did it by the edge of the sword. Like at one point, people were rejecting Christianity. He had to come by way of the sword. But now people wholeheartedly accept this, accept Christianity because Esau's went through all of these throughout the nations and put forth the sword. And now he has television. So now people are easily drunken by the philosophy of Christianity.
And even then, really too, it's really talking about democracy too, because Christianity is our thing, you know. And you know, the niggas in the Middle East, they really don't believe in Christians, but they adopting that democracy state of mind. You know, basically that beast system overtaking the whole world, man. You know, you got it, man.
Yeah, the water. Hey, the water for the air. It says, you force your cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness. And that's what Esau did. He gloated. He used he put these systems in place, like the brothers say, and then he'll look at this country. See, when we put the system in over there, it didn't fare so well. That's why they always want to point to Africa. Look at Africa. Africa hasn't built itself up. The only parts that get developed is the parts that we go in, and whether it be the British, the American, or the Spanish. Hey, they can build up these places, but the Africans left to themselves. They can't build up Africa to the place that it should be to be civilized, man. According to his standard, that's a part of his philosophy, man. So wow. All right, but this is the point. I'll pass it back. It says, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come, drink and be exposed.
Hey, if I may, he says it will be your turn. Because now this guy, he have been pushing shame upon everybody else. He's even ashamed to be a man now. You know, but even now, now the shame is coming upon you. The worst thing to be upon the planet Earth is a middle-aged white man now, man.
It says, come, drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord, Yahawah Yahawashi judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame. So that's what's happening to Esau. That's that shameful spewing. That's what the scripture is going into. That shameful spewing is a part of Esau's that cup being passed to him. Now I'll jump back and over in Lamentations. This is Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. And now we're seeing that cup being passed through unto him. All of a sudden, Esau, to fight white guilt, he's coming out with a thing that white pride again. One of the hashtags saying is, I'm so white.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so white, I can leave my car door unlocked for a week, and I know my car won't get stolen.
And then also he got a thing called critical race theory.
Yeah.
Basically trying to do away with the wicked shit that you did in the ancient world.
Yeah, because that's that shame for spewing upon his garment. Because at one point you bragged to the earth as to this is why you should be in leadership. Survival of the fittest. He who holds the big stick. Teddy Roosevelt coined that, man. You ruled the earth with an iron fist, and you laughed at the other nations for not being as strong as you. But now the nations have come together and be like, you know what? You're not human. You lack empathy. You lack sympathy. You the devil. You the devil. So now everybody let the weak say I'm strong. Everybody's getting hand in hand like one of those Coca-Cola world commercials, you know.
We shall overcome.
Yeah, they gonna overcome Esau, man. Everybody's in that space, man. So the Lord is allowing this cup to be passed on to him. So now he's trembling. Now he's in fear. I'm afraid to go outside at night.
Yeah.
I'm locking my doors, and now he's the victim throughout the planet Earth, man.
And that spirit, though, that's why what it is in Genesis the 4th chapter being manifest. Matter of fact, my brother can get that. Genesis 4, say anybody that find me shall slay me. I'm telling you that being an Edomite is one of the worst things that you can be upon the planet Earth. Real quick for y'all brothers, get that.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, starting at verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus said the Lord, Yahawah Shema thus said thy Lord, the Lord, Yahawah Shema and thy power that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, that thou shalt no more drink it again.
Yeah, so we're not drinking in that cup of slavery like the brother mentioned earlier, man. You got it?
But I will put into the hand of them that afflict thee.
He says the Lord going to put into the hands of those that afflict us, man. So with everything that you reap, Esau, that's going to be the same thing that you're going to sow here in these other days, man. Papa Bashar brother can get Job 4 and like 8. Because again, you reap death and destruction, and now you surprised when the same thing is coming upon you. You got it, bro.
Which have said to thy soul, bow down.
Yeah, they told it to our soul, bow down, man. Because once you go back into the times of slavery, they whoop your ass so bad, it affect your spirit to this day, man. You got it?
That we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
Yeah, Jake gave up for the lack of better words, man. Jake laid down and submitted to this nigga, man. This nigga poured the affliction, you got it?
And as the street to them that went over.
Yeah, so that's the street that you went over, man. You know, basically trodden all over you for the lack of better words, man. Is it on there? Y'all brothers got to get that,
Yeah, this Job 4 and verse 8, it says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Yeah, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Come on.
By the blast of Yahawah Shema they perish.
Yeah, and that's really going to be the missiles, man. You know, you got it.
And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed.
Because ultimately, Yahawah Shema is going to get the rest of the nations together to shoot missiles upon this place. Now, get that in Genesis, the 4th chapter. Genesis 4 and started verse, I think 15.
13.
Yeah, you got it. Come on.
Yeah, this Genesis 4 and 13. And Cain said unto Yahawah.
Started verse 12.
Yep, verse 12. Genesis 4 and 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth.
Yeah, and fugitive and a vagabond is somebody that's a criminal, man. And once you go into the word criminal, it actually goes back into crimson, which actually goes back into red, evil, man. So again, for the lack of better words, when people find out that you're an Edomite upon the planet Earth, you're a fugitive and a vagabond now, man. People can see that you're the problem upon the planet Earth now. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, and Cain said unto Yahawah Shema, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Yeah, so he knew it was ahead, man. Because when you really look at Esau, you know, if you was in this position, you would do the same. You know, this nigga, he got 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. You know, then at the end of that, he got opened down 118 coming. You know, and he's finna try to do any and everything to stop that from happening, man. Come on.
It says, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid.
And ultimately, that's why Esau can't come into this truth, really get the knowledge and understanding of Yahawah Shema, because what people really don't know the reason, one reason why Esau is great, he came from Isaac, man. You know, that's one reason why Esau was great, man. But the reason why he's not greater is because he's not in the covenant that came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You know, you got it.
Yeah, if I could just add to the brother's point of Esau being a fugitive and a vagabond, one thing that proves that he is of the line of Canaan, that 109 countries, man. You've been kicked out of 109 countries. That's indicative of the curse that the Lord put on Cain, man. That you should be a fugitive and a vagabond upon the earth. When you go into it, it goes into what the brother said, a criminal. It's a wonder. So he's constantly wandering into lands, into places that he don't belong. And if you allow him to stay around too long, he'll uproot you out of your own homeland, man.
Yeah, but
and that's the thing.
he fulfilled Job 9 and 24.
To
You
the
know?
T, boy, to the T. You know, to the T. That's why the earth can't give his power. Because he has the earth encompassed because the earth is giving it to the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, and then you can see the torture that he's doing upon the earth. Nigga got concrete, which actually affects the plants, man. That's like you choking the earth out, man. You know, but you gotta go.
Then you taking all the oil from that shit. So that's causing those earthquakes to be more severe and things like that. Those making the plates scrub against each other and shit.
That's like bad brakes scrubbing against each other.
Yeah, right.
You know, your brake pads went out. Why? Because Esau took all the oil out, man.
Take out the lubrication.
The lubrication, no brake fluid. You know, and that's why you can see tsunamis and all these things happening. Because this guy, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's adversity unto life, man. You know, he's just not adversity unto Israelites. He's adversity unto everybody. That's why all these creatures are waiting for the manifestation of the sons of the righteous. You know, you got it, bro.
Yeah, verse 14, Genesis 4 and 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Yeah, fugitive and a vagabond. And the brother just mentioned it. Over 100-some countries don't want you out anymore. Even Bill Gates, the richest man the so-called richest man in the world, is not allowed in certain places no more. Because every time he goes there, bad things happen. I ain't no doctor. We're not pushing out medical advice, but he went over there in India, like the early 2010s, and the next birth period, or the next birth boom that they had, a lot of their kids had defects. Because why? This nigga came, either their kids had defect or the woman was sterile because he came over there and gave them a Jabberwocky, man. And people wonder why you're kicked out of different countries, man. You know? Because you're affecting life. You got it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it says, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and this shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
And that's the spot that we in right now. People are finding out that you're the Edomites that the Bible's speaking of, man. And that's why people are so hostile against American culture now, man. And the reason why, because they found out that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. You got it, bro. It's a little more on that.
Yeah, verse 15, it says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayed Cain, vengeance shall take hold of him sevenfold.
Yeah.
And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any man find him, should kill him.
Yeah, and ultimately, and that's why it's a sign to stay away from him too. Because he's an evil guy, man. And again, that's why we're not gonna stand off the stand that the so-called white man, the devil. If you're not, why when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, he killed millions, man. Why under the banner of your God favored destiny, manifest destiny, why in the coming up of that, for the lack of better words, you killed millions, man. Men, women, and children. And you did it without even count. So for the lack of better words, that is identifying the shame on your glory, man, because Andrew Jackson, he was deemed to be a hero 10 years ago, but now people can see him as a devil. And a lot of the statues that got knocked down, for the lack of better words, this guy was so proud of, I think it was like 16, 20 people was, yeah, we're gonna knock these statues down. Tell them why Trump is building them back up, man. They being reinstated, man. You know, but you got it. There was on that. Come on. What you got?
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not right in him.
Yeah, it says the soul that is lifted up is not right in him, man. This guy, he's a proud guy, and he's not right. Look how he's run the whole planet Earth, man. For the lack of better words, the whole banner, he got America the beautiful, you know, the Marines, the proud, the Marines, you know, all these different things that he's pushing forth like he's the top guy upon the planet Earth. But you, only thing you is the top guy of wickedness, the top guy of devil. Because the only thing that you're pushing out is things that's contrary unto life, man. That's why it says the soul that is lifted up, you on top, it's not right, man. You know, come on.
But the just shall live by his faith.
But the just shall live by faith. Faith that what? That the Lord gonna take this nigga down, man. Come on.
Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine.
He said he transgressed by wine. And that's through his philosophies, man. You know, because the Lord, he don't got no problem with you drinking. The Lord got a problem with you changing the doctrine, man. Because even under the banner of Christianity, I think that's the Council of Nicaea. Once you go back into the Dark Ages, for the lack of better words, they had a thing to create the modern day Christianity. That's where they got the Trinity from, the mother birth, which they went back to Nimrod, you know. And they actually tried to marinate the ways of Yahawashi with the pagan culture. That's the only thing modern day Christianity is, man. So that's why I say see transgressions by wine, because you tried to change this holy book to something that's wicked. You got to read that again.
Con. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
He's a proud man because you think you're above the Lord. You think your laws matter now. Come on.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell.
It says he neither keepeth at home, and he enlarges his desire as hell. So every territory, you know, you got an area that's designated to you over here in the West, but what you doing over there handling things in the Middle East, man? What you doing claiming military bases over there in Eastern Europe? All these different things is telling you that this guy's not right. You know, this nigga fulfilling Job 9:24 without even knowing it. Yeah, give me that, Lord. Come on.
Con. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
It says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. This is a part of the thing the Lord blessed the wicked with, man. The rulership of the planet earth. And the reason why the Lord did that, to show you the difference between wickedness on this side and the righteousness that we're going to receive in the times ahead, man. You got to read that from the top, huh?
Come. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's it.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Come on.
If not, where and who is he?
If not, where and who is he? If the so-called white man is not the ruler of the whole planet earth, then who else, man? It can't be Elon. It can't be Ishmael, a whole bunch of dirtbag niggas driving S10s in the deserts. No, it's a whole bunch of so-called white men that's ruling the planet earth in wickedness, man. You got it, bro. That was it. You got it.
Come back to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires hell.
Yeah, he enlarges his desire as hell. He's a covetous man. You got it.
And is as death.
And is as death, man. And that's indicative into his rulership. Because one thing that his rulership pushed forth is death. That's why the only place upon the planet earth that people basically glorify abortions is here on the Western Hemisphere, man. That's supposed to be a sad process for a woman, man. You know, that's supposed to be a serious thing, man. You know, a solemn thing to go through when a woman have an abortion. But now when a woman have an abortion, they put it in a rap song and they brag on it. But years down the line, when your womb is barren, now you want to complain, man. This is a sick society that we live in. You got it, bro.
And is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
It cannot be satisfied, man. You know, and that's one thing that's not satisfied, the grave. Esau would never be satisfied with niggas just killing niggas. All niggas gotta die off, man. You know, he ain't gonna be satisfied with having rule over the whole planet Earth. Now this nigga wanna go to Mars now, man. This nigga, he's a greedy nigga that's ruling the whole planet Earth right now, man. And he ain't even doing it the right way. Come on.
But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
And gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And again, that's the fulfillment of Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And the reason why even all these people, you can speak against America, you can talk shit, you can say fuck this place and all that, but guess what? You still pay your taxes, man. You still gotta go to work. Even these foreigners, man, they still pay their dues into these Americans, man. That's right. And the reason why, because the Lord blessed this guy with rulership, you know, but also he's gonna bless him with destruction. Come on, I just want it.
Come. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him?
A taunting proverb. Look at that word, taunting proverb, man. Baba Bashar, brother King. Because again, everybody is talking shit about America because they realize that this place is not what it was once before. You know, and ultimately, it's made manifest now that this place is on its way out. So of course a lot of these people is sticking out their chests and puffing up their chests at this wicked ass society now, man, because they can see it's on its way out. You know, and that's one thing when you see a nigga on, you say, I'm finna jump. Everybody say, do a flip. You know, nobody's not trying to save America here in these other days, because they can see that the end is already near, man. And if this guy continue to be in power, only bad things will happen. Only bad things happen while he was in power, man. You got it, bro. Y'all got that word, taunting proverb?
I got the word taunting. It says, yeah, Strong's G, H, it's like Strong's H 3887. It says to scorn, make mouths at.
Make mouths at. You got it.
Talk arrogantly.
Talk arrogantly, man. And that's why you can see over there, I think in the Middle East, when Biden was in office, they had a whole bunch of skits of Biden being a dumbass, even skits about President Trump. And that's a sign that these people don't feel you no more. Because ultimately, they making fun of your leader. You know, Trump is one of the biggest jokes upon the internet now, man.
Meme king.
Yeah, the meme king, man. Even South Park, you got a whole season that's dedicated to this man now. You see? You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says to be inflated, scoff, act as a scorner.
It says to be inflated. That's like you puffing up your chest against something. You know, you putting your chest up. You got it, bro.
It says act as a scorner, show oneself a marker.
Yeah, show oneself a marker. But it's another word, ain't it?
Let me go back.
Proverb.
Yeah, word Proverbs Strong's H 2420. It says a riddle, difficult questions.
Yeah, difficult question. America gonna be destroyed? You know, you got it.
Parable. It says
Enigmatic.
Like the brother just mentioned,
If I may, we're not going into like questioning, you know, like yeah, the inquisition is being made on Esau, going into the being made bare. Now you're being uncovered that you are the wicked, that Job 9:24. You know, if not, where and who is it? It's Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the one who ruled the earth. And now it's been discovered that you are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. It's like
beautiful, bro, beautiful.
Just to add to the brother's point with that taunting proverb that he's going into, we already see the taunting proverb getting to Esau. It hasn't even reached its climax, but we ain't even in the kingdom. We just getting started, really. But the fact that Donald Trump passed the bill that if you burn a flag, you get at least a year in prison now. That's a taunting proverb because he's starting to see the dissension and the sedition amongst the people that, hey, my own people are talking shit. So it starts with the flag, but it's gonna get back to the old ways of, hey, you talk bad about the king, we put you to death. Yep. That's how Trump running this thing, man. Yep. He started with the flag, but it won't end there, man. It's really no such dealing with a king. It's no such thing as freedom of speech. It's a righteous conversation, and then there's an uncomely conversation. And you people in the sight of Trump is having an uncomely conversation, man. Just as, hey, the lifestyle of America is an uncomely conversation in the sight of the Lord, man. That's why he got to quiet these people.
If I may add, that's why Trump mobilizing all these troops too, because he know these people, they're gonna go into an uproar, you know, from certain bills being passed and them losing certain resources. There's even, you know, that word sedition, just going back on what you were saying, like that word sedition goes into an excitement to rebel against the authorities, man. You know, so they need Trump know, because you even see it on TikTok, man. You know, you got a collage of people speaking up against him. You see? And that shit really soon it's gonna try to turn into action. That's why you had them niggas, they stormed the White House. Yeah, the Capitol and shit, man. Trump know that shit gonna get more severe here, man. You know, and going back, it's gonna turn from you burning the flag to the shit that gonna be coming out your mouth. Lord even tell you that about every idle word. You know, but you got
that spirit, bro, because everybody's tired of this place. Yeah. And for a lack of better words, them speaking up is going to lead into what? Actions, man. Yeah. And this is what they're scared of, man. The sedition of people. They say it's race wars, but they're really scared of class wars. Once we go into like the purge is really going into the class wars. You know, them motherfuckers trying to come out the higher ups. And what they did, they just picked the purge in front of your face, man. But at the same time, the only thing that's going to satisfy or basically calm everything down and put things back in place is destruction and nuisance, man. You know? But that was it on that?
Well, I got one. It says here, perplexing question.
Yeah, perplexing question. You got it, bro.
Yeah, you know, and that's really that's the state of these Americans, man. Cause you know, your average everyday white man, this nigga don't know what's really going on, man. You see, and these niggas thought that Trump was gonna be like a savior unto them, but really he turned out to be a cool lord, man. So now you got all these questions in the fucking air. You know what's next, and you know the prophet telling you destruction, man. The Lord tell you that the sword of your destruction draweth nigh. And when you look at the chess pieces being moved, it makes sense, man. You know, you got it.
I'll bring this out real quick. Speaking to that cruelness, I'll start at verse 3. Matter of fact, I'll start at 2. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
Yeah, if I may, that's the old class wars, man. You know, the Lord, he explained that too in Matthew the 12th chapter, the 25th verse. We tell you that pretty much a nation being divided by civil war. It should not stand, man. But yet, this is what America is headed toward, man. You know, class wars, you know, nigga got red state, blue states. You know, all that shit is really gonna lead. You voted for Trump.
Yeah.
You know, nah, you voted for Kamala. You know, and this shit really, that's America right now. Everybody got attention, man.
Yeah, they point the blame.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Papa Shot, let this brother get this real quick. You got it.
Come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting at verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
If I make you start at 14.
Come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Yeah, you see, and that's death and destruction, man. And it's coming to the world, and these people, they don't see it because of the different smoke screens and distractions, man. You know, Esau, he was telling you that him mobilizing troops is to help with crime and to help keep immigrants, immigration under control and things like that. But it's really gonna fall back on you, man. You see, you gonna start tripping once the effects of the tariffs and the big beautiful bill come into place, man. You got it up.
Come. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
See, and that's your class wars, your race wars, your civil wars. You know, you're about to see wars on the soils of America. You know, UN troops, National Guard troops. You know, going up against angry protesters. You know, that shit, it's gonna start out as a peaceful protest until niggas start throwing bricks, man.
Yeah. And that's how it was in the Revolutionary War. Yeah, it was a protest, and the shot heard around the world is when they shot a rebel. You know, they just fired down the whole squad, and that's not a revolutionary.
That just happened. Up there in Texas, one of those protesters, one of those immigrants had shot a cop, man. You know, and they was looking for him and shit. But that's just showing you what America's about to turn into, man. You know, this place is headed towards a sedition and insurrections. But you got it out.
Come. For there shall be sedition among men.
Yep. See, that's inciting to rebel against the authorities. You know, and niggas, they really want to come up against Trump. You see, because they all feel betrayed, man. You know, because it's a lot of Edomites that are suffering from food stamps being taken away, man.
Yeah.
You know, Medicaid, different government assistance being cut. They been affected by that, man. You gotta think, they thought Trump was a savior. You know, they put all their trust in that nigga, and he really just slapped them in the face. But he really gotta do what the elites want him to do, and the elites showed him that, man, because Trump like to try to go off script until that nigga got shot in the ear, man. You know, and that was the elites telling that nigga, I can touch you if I want to, man. You see? So that nigga, he gonna do what the elites want him to do, and that's really to put hell on you people, man. You got it right.
Come. For there shall be sedition among men, and invade one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yep. And that's just turning into you not being able to tell a man what to do in his time of desperation, man. You know, he not gonna listen to the authorities, the chief of police, you know, the government, even Trump holding a press conference for all America to see. Niggas ain't gonna care about that, man. You see? Because it's gonna be a time of survival. You know, because if you continue on, it's gonna tell you how, because of the lack of bread, you know, great tribulation is gonna come into the world, man.
That's it, bro.
But this is where these things is headed.
If I may, that's why I say desperate times call for desperate measures, man. You know, and everybody, they're going to get desperate when that big beautiful bill passed because a lot of people are going to be short on a lot of things.
Yeah.
You're going to have to choose to either eat or pay your rent, man.
By design.
By design, bro. And that's how this guy do on order out chaos. On order out of chaos, he can cause a whole bunch of records so he can be the same. So he can make himself look good, man. Nigga causing division, because even the division between the Republicans and Democrats and even all the other things, he the one that's causing it through social media.
Yeah.
Nigga be scrolling for 15 minutes. They should have changed your whole thought patterns, man. You know? That's why the women bugged out, man. You gotta know what's up.
Come. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
If I may, that's really talking about when the cities get cut off, because it's gonna be chip cities, man. A place of salvation, a place of solitude in that day.
In a sanctuary city.
Yeah, a sanctuary city. So, a 15-minute city. So in order for you to enter into that spot, they're gonna have a C-hip device in, or even certain areas. In order for you to leave, you must have a device inside you, man. You know?
If I can add, because it's a thing that they got between Alabama and Georgia right now. It's certain water bridges or land bridges that you cross that go over great ditches or whatever. If you running across one of those, they stopping you now, man. They got checkpoints at all of these water bridges and land bridges from Alabama to Georgia and certain parts of Florida because this scripture is coming to pass now. What you got?
Come. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
It says, number one, because of your pride, man. You never thought this was going to happen to you, man. These Americans would have never thought that evils and only evil was going to come upon the soils of this Western Hemisphere, man. But once these things come, you people are not going to be prepared, man. Mentally, physically, or emotionally. The Lord is going to create to do on you Babylonians, man. And we can see it happening right now, man. That's why most of these people are bugged out. Niggas is overdosing themselves with medication to try to hide away the pain. And the reason why you in pain because the white man is in control, man. Like that why Kabul, he was on to something. He said, in order for everything to be safe, we gotta do away with the white man. People laughed and scoffed at him, but he was on point. You got it, bro.
Come. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Yeah, so all that mercy. What's up, John? You coming out, you ask a nigga for a cup of sugar, all those things is gonna get thrown out the window. Yeah, take a load off. Yeah. You can't chill with the boy and give you a pill or something. Everybody say, hell no. Because in that day, a nigga liable to eat you. And that's scary, bro. And nigga, it's a difference between a nigga chasing after you to try to fight you or shoot you down, but it's totally different with this nigga chasing you down to eat you, man. Cannibalism is gonna come back in a heavy way. And Trump them knew it. You gotta realize that's why these niggas are creating these different type of bunkers, and even this guy Boosie and Rick Ross, these different types of celebrities, they have these different homesteads out here, buying the big plots of land because they can see the evil and terrible things that's coming ahead. But really, you laying that up for the profits, man. Right. You know, you got it.
God. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Yeah, it shall destroy their house with the sword, man. So he's not going to come on there in the act of everything's going to be okay. No, he coming in the act that he hungry and he want the food, man. You know? Tell y'all something. You got it, huh?
Con. And spoil their goods.
And spoil their goods. That's how you know food going to be involved. And it get to a point niggas was tussling over toiletries, toilet tissue and things like that. How it's going to be when food come out, man. When food is going to be one of the most rarest commodities upon the planet Earth, man. You know, you got it.
Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
For great tribulation. That tribulation is really talking about what? The time of Jacob's trouble, which we're leading up into that time. And even like Apostle I said, in that day, nobody ain't going to have to tell you that, yeah, it's Jacob's trouble. Be on point. No, man. You want to know. Because you're not going to be able to go into your Walmarts. You know, you're not going to be able to get your direct deposit every Friday. All these different luxuries that we were so accustomed to in the West is going to be taken away, man. You know? And if you're investing in this place, you're going to get taken away with it. Y'all brothers got something?
Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time.
Yeah, Papa Kushai, get that word time from you, man. Because it says like the fish is caught in the net, and the bird in the snare, the sons of men are snared in the evil time. Because here in this time, bro, we have technology to keep you comfortable. Everything is at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Then you flip for it. You can buy some box at your fingertips. You can order DoorDash. You can order a mattress. You can even buy a house from your phone, man. But again, when all these luxuries get taken away, what type of mindset you gonna have? A lot of people just gonna off themselves because they can't get on Facebook or social media or TikTok anymore, man. And a couple days after that, niggas gonna fight and off each other because it ain't gonna be no food. A couple days after that, niggas gonna start eating each other. And probably a couple days after that, the government gonna probably come with the chip. These are the times that we're coming in, man. And it do not take long for all hell to break loose. You know, it only take a matter of 24 to 48 hours for all anarchy to happen, man. You know? You got it, bro.
It's 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Just going into what the brothers were talking about, you know, seeing that we know all these things are coming upon planet Earth, what manner of conversation, or in the Greek that word means anastrophe, which means manner of behavior, what manner of mindset shall you be in? And continuing, it says, verse 12, looking for and hastening until the coming of the day of the Most High, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And if I may, it says hastening. So that's how you know you ready to get out of there, for the lack of better words. That's how you know it's going to be a dangerous situation in that time. Going back into that bird getting trapped in the snare and that fish in the net, for the lack of better words. Once they get trapped, it ain't like they just sitting there chilling and waiting. No, they scrambling. They ready to get out of there, man. You know, because they know they're in a dangerous situation. And again, if you ain't ready to get out of America now, for the lack of better words, man, you done, man. You know, because again, if you're not what's that what Bobby Womack said, if you don't know me now, then you'll never get to know me, man. You got to get to know the Lord now, man, before the evil days come. You know, before the sun, you know, Bible shop, get that. Come on.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember not thy creator in the days of thy youth.
That's it.
While the evil days come not.
While the evil days come not. It's telling you, once we go into that word evil, that word Eve goes back into times, and that word ear goes back into days, man. Ear going back into bad. So it's going to be a lot of bad times that's coming upon the planet Earth. America going to be destroyed. You know, America is going to be destroyed here in this lifetime. And our Lord, which is a so-called black man, he going to come and save us. You know? We can read that again, huh?
Yeah, it says, remember not thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Remember not thy creator in the days of thy youth. Remember the Lord right now, man. While everything is all good, even if you're going through something bad, guess what? You still got to remember the Lord, man. Come on.
While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh.
Nor the years draw nigh. Come on.
When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Yes, because it's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. It's going to be a famine of the word. It's going to be a time when people who want to cleave unto Yahawashi, who try to cleave into salvation, they're not going to be able to accept it. Why? Because you rejected it the first time around, man. You got it, bro.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in a day when the keepers of the houses shall tremble, and strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
And the grinders cease because they are few. So a lot of things is going to happen, man. People are going to start losing their jobs, and it's happening right now, man. It's a slow process, but at the same time, it's methodical, man. It's efficient. So once you look back up now, all of a sudden everybody lost their jobs. But while these days are continuing to be so-called normal days, you can still turn on the lights, you can still flush on the toilet, you can go to Publix, you know, you can go to Walmart, you can go wherever you want to go. You better get right with the Lord now, man. Because once that day of evil comes, you're going to be caught up in the terrible plagues, you know?
So like if I may add to that, Kroger laying off 1,000 workers and closing 39 locations.
That's their grinder ceasing. And that Kroger is a grocery store.
That's it.
That's 39 grocery stores closing, man. That's a heavy thing. So it's going to be 39 people who going to have to drive, not 39 people, but 35 cities or areas, they're going to have to drive somewhere else to get food. Because that's what it's going to be. Food is actually going to be like a hunting process. They close this one, Dixie down, let's go to this Walmart on the east side. It's going to get to a point when it's crowded somewhere out in the country, and that's going to be going away too, man. You know, because a lot of times, a lot of these people who own these different countries, well, not countries, these different contracts and companies, these independent contracts, they really can't keep up with the demand, the supply and demand. Ultimately, they're losing a lot of money, man. Because again, a lot of the imports here in America is more higher than they was once before. You know.
That was gonna cause a lot of those places to go out of business. Because they ain't gonna be able to afford to keep those shelves stocked up, man. Right. You know, and then even going back into the keepers of the houses trembling. You know, cause now a nigga, now he's in a state of trembling because now things is at stake, man. Cause it's gonna go from your job to now your house on the line. You know, now you getting your damn nigga keep calling your phone telling you to pay your car note, or it's getting repoed. You know, this stuff is gonna start becoming more and more tripling to you people, even going up and up, man. Nigga that own the business, you know, he's gonna triple because now he gotta file for bankruptcy, man. Now he looking for the downsize his house and shit. You know,
if I may, you know, there's a strain on the grid. You know, we see, you know, like this place waxing, you know, weaker. You know, Esau's kingdom is falling, man. You know, these things, you know, it's coming to a halt, a screeching halt. Going to the grind of ceasing, you know, slack.
And that's how you know one thing that America always pride themselves upon is the unemployment rate, man. But they be lying about it 9 times out of 10. But that unemployment rate is going to increase into an all-time high in the days that we're coming in. And we know when niggas ain't got no jobs, man, niggas ain't got nothing to do, niggas gonna start robbing and killing, man. You know? Isaiah 4:1. You know?
It's like, if I may, you seen all them black women got laid off. It was like 400,000. You know, women that lost their job. You know, shit's gonna get bad, man. You know, women gonna be out here doing something strange for a little piece of change, man.
A bag of rice.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Had to feed them kids, man. And then again, this is the times that we're coming into. And these really the times to take the struggle, even though it's gonna be terrible times. For some people, for us, it's going to be a time for us to get closer into our power, man. Because just like Daniel, that got put in that lion's den, his relationship was strengthened even more once he was out that lion's den. The 3 holy children, once they got thrown into that fiery furnace, once they got out there, their spirit and the relationship with the Lord was strengthened, man. So our relationship with Yahawashi is going to be strengthened through the terrible times that we're going to come upon, man. You know? Anybody got something?
May I continue on?
Oh, you got it, man.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 12 verse 3 again. It says, in the day when the keepers of the houses shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the ground will cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And pretty much going into no hope, man. You know, and this is what this society is going to turn into right now. You niggas is full of hope. You got plans, you know, but soon when your job start getting taken away, you're going to become very hopeless. Even, you know, you put in job applications and nobody's calling you back, man. Just to find out that motherfucker went out of business. You know, that's going to add to the pleasures being taken away. The different grocery stores, you know, and this mentioned that was a bad point. You in the country, you know, in those country areas, they normally have to drive 30 minutes to a grocery store. If that motherfucker closed, you might have to drive to a whole other city just to get groceries, man. Just to get back to the house. The milk is spoiled, got warm. You know, and all this what you about to be faced with, man. You know, just adversity.
A lot of difficulties, man. And the Lord is setting it up that way because again, you was living so comfortable. Everything, it was a point like now you can go on DoorDash and Instacart and order your meals just like that. And by the time you get home, it'll be on your doorstep. But again, niggas got so accustomed to that. When these different luxuries get taken away, niggas gonna go crazy, man. Especially like y'all brothers mentioned earlier, especially a lot of these women, man. Because Esau have fucked up a lot of the women here in this Western Hemisphere, man. You really can't deal with them because they was raised on that Esau philosophy, man. And what's one of the main things of that Edomite philosophy? I don't need a man. You gonna need a man then? When you ain't got no food in the house and it's a, you know, that nigga from Players Club outside looking for you, man. You know? That was it on it? Come, you got something on?
Kind. Psalms chapter 46 and verse 1. And if I may, in the heading, it says, the Most High, the refuge of his people. It says, verse 1, to the chief musician for the sons of Korah, a song upon Alamoth. The Most High is our refuge and strength,
Yep.
a very present help in trouble.
It says a very present help in trouble. So in the midst of these grocery stores closing down, in the midst of the famine, in the midst of all hell breaking loose, because even then, brothers going to get persecuted. Don't be surprised if your name being on the news or the police looking after you, the FBI, they got a whole team searching for a brother. But don't be surprised, because guess what? That's a time for the Lord to show himself, man. And that's how you know that you're a prophet. Because they persecuted the righteous and prophet men before you. How much more now, man? You got it, bro.
Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed.
Yeah, it says, therefore, though we will not fear. We ain't gonna be scared in the time of Jacob's trouble. Yeah, even though in the flesh, you're gonna be kind of, shaken up. Then in the spirit, you're gonna know what's going on. And it says, even though the earth moves, because it's gonna shake to and fro, and even the rulers is gonna get taken out of power. You know, you got it.
And though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea.
Yeah, though the mountains be carried to the midst of the sea, the governments of this society going to be taken out. Come on.
Though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof, Selah, there is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of the Most High.
Yeah, and the rivers of living water, man. And that's also the rivers that's written about in Psalms, the 1st chapter. You know, you got it.
The holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High.
Go ahead and continue on.
The Most High is in the midst of her.
It says the Most High is in the midst of her, because we are the holy tabernacles, man. We are spiritually that third temple being rebuilt. So the Most High is in the midst of us, man. You got it?
She shall not be moved.
She shall not be moved. And we're being planted in the midst of this guy's society. That's why it tells you that brother can get that too. I think that's like Daniel 2. In like 38, it says, in the midst of those kingdoms shall another kingdom be arise. Read that again.
It says, Psalms 46 and 5, the Most High is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved.
Yeah, it says the Most High is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. You know?
The Most High shall help her.
Yeah, the Most High shall help her. And the Lord is helping us out in the midst of this wicked kingdom that we're living in right now, man.
And that right early.
And that right early. I'll read it one more time, bro.
Psalm 46 and 5. The Most High. Psalm 46 and 5. The Most High is in the midst of her.
Yeah, the Most High is in the midst of her. Come on.
She shall not be moved.
She shall not be moved. Now get that in Daniel 2 and 44.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed.
Which shall never be destroyed. So that kingdom will not be moved, man. And it's going to be raised up in the midst of another kingdom. So in the midst of this Edomite empire, this Western Hemisphere, Babylon the Great, America, Bosnia, all these different damn nicknames, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established or being built up in the midst of it, man. As soon as it started getting built, because it really started getting built when Abba Bibas got on the scene, you know, for lack of better words. Once it started getting built, that's how you know that this current kingdom that we're living in is on its way out. You got it, bro.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Yes, it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, man. You know? So this kingdom that we're ruling in right now, it's not going to be given unto the Medes or the Persians. No, this kingdom is going to stay with the righteous. Come on,
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. And it shall stand forever.
And it shall stand forever. So the kingdom that we're building up now, the things that we're believing in right now, ultimately is going to last forever, man. A lifetime and then some. You know, infinity and forever. You know, infinity and beyond when this kingdom be established, man. But it's getting started right now, and it's going to be a beautiful thing to be a part of that first resurrection, and you can actually look back on this wicked society, man. And you can tell your sons about it, say, yeah, man, it's this place called Babylon the Great, man. And that's when the kingdom of heaven started, you know? Brother, y'all was it on that?
Back to Psalm 46, verse 5, finishing off. The Most High shall help her, and that right early.
Yeah, the Most High shall help her, and that right early. That word early means diligently, man. Especially in the times of Jacob's trouble, the Lord is going to be made manifest more than ever, man. Come on, let's look more on it.
If I may, in the NLT, verse 5, finishing off that last part, it says, from the very break of day, the Most High will protect it. Yeah, you know, going into, you know, the elect being covered, man. You know, prophecy had to be fulfilled, and there's a remnant that's going to be saved from this destruction that Yahawashi is bringing. It's like,
yeah, he's going to be all over in the morning. You know, that's why I say when the day breaks. Because this the valley of the shadow of death, man. We live in the nighttime, man. So when that day breaks and Yahawashi come, man, we're not going to have to suffer no more. You know, you got it, bro.
Back to Psalm 46 and verse 6, KJV. The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved.
Yeah, the heathen raged. Esau, get that in. What is that in NLT?
NLT verse 6. The nations are in chaos.
Yeah, the nations are in chaos, man. Come on.
And their kingdoms crumble.
And their kingdoms are crumbling, man. This is the reason why they're raging. This is the reason why Esau is such in a desperate move, because he knows that his kingdom is on his way out, man. That's why we pulled out that there in the second chapter. The true rulers and the true kings on the earth now, man. So you know that your rulership is on up. It's just like somebody coming in for day shift. You see his car and what you call you hype. You know what I'm saying? You get things ready, you put things up, you really set things up for him. You know? Yeah. You got it, huh?
The Most High's voice thundered.
Yeah, the Most High's voice thundered. You got it.
And the earth melts.
And the earth milk, man. Because ultimately, Yahawashi come, he's going to come with those weapons of indignation to take down this wicked kingdom, man. And that's why it says the kingdom is in chaos, the nations, and their kingdoms are in chaos, and the kingdoms are in crumbles. That's why Yahawashi said, when I come, and they already be killed, man. You know? But there's something on it.
One more.
Come on.
Verse 7, finishing off in the NLT. The Lord Yahawah of heaven's armies is here among us. The power of Israel is our fortress.
Yeah, it says the Lord of the heavens armies. Read it again.
The Lord Yahawah of heaven's armies is here among us.
Yeah, so the Lord of the heavens armies is here among us, man. Well, the two or more gather in thy name, I am in the midst. But ultimately, even when it tells us back Second Kings. You say it up.
There'll be more with us than be with they.
Yeah, there'll be more with us than be with they, man. So scriptures like this is going to come for you in the time of Jacob's trouble when he sent a band of Edomites to try to get you, man. There's more with us than those that be with them. Come on, huh?
The power of Israel is our fortress.
Yeah, the power of Israel is our fortress. Go to verse 8.
Verse 8. I get it, KJV. Come, behold the works of the Lord Yahawashi, what desolations he hath made in the earth.
It says, what desolations hath he made in the earth. Now, Bible Bashar probably can get St. John 12 and 28, because a part of those desolations is how the Lord going to glorify his name. Read that again, huh?
Psalm 46 and 8, KJV. Come, behold the works of the Lord Yahawashi.
Yeah, come and behold the works of the Lord of Yahawashi. You got it.
What desolations he hath made in the earth.
What desolations hath he made in the earth. And Bible Bashar, brother can get all that passed by her, shall hit at her plagues. Brother can get that up.
Yeah, this is St. John chapter 12 and verse 28. It says, Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have glorified it and will glorify it again.
Yeah, she said, you have glorified it. Now, how did the Lord glorify his name the first time? In the time of Egypt. And that was a beautiful destruction, man. It was dramatic. You know, it was the elect shall be scarcely saved, because soon as the last person came across that thing, guess what? The waters crashed on Pharaoh's armies, man. Like I said, that Alashijah, that terrible demon-like power, made himself manifest into the Egyptian empire. And not to the Egyptian empire, throughout the whole world, man. So he is going to glorify himself in this time, man, with this American and Western hemisphere, man, with the destruction that he's going to bring. Right. You got it, bro. That was it on that?
Yeah.
Come. That brother got that he said her legs? Come.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord,
Jump up at verse 12. What 12 say? Yeah, matter of fact, here, come up with that a little bit. Start at verse 2.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 10. And Chaldea shall be a spoil.
Yeah.
All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord.
Yeah, it says Chaldea shall be a spoil. Now, when you go into Chaldea, that was a city in Babylon. Man. Now, once you go into that city in Babylon, it was real famous for witchcraft, warlocks, and all those different crazy things. And Esau was practicing that same spirit today. Even once you go into propaganda, Esau propaganda is a form of witchcraft, man. His media, that's a form of witchcraft. That goes back into media, but especially his social media, man. You know, that's how he can push forth these spells. You do a 15-minute TikTok, they got a song in the background, and you might think it's something like, oh, so you got a demon on you now, man. You know, you got it.
Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage.
Yes, because he was glad and you rejoiced at the destroying of the heritage of the nation of Israel. You know, you was happy when we lost ourselves from being a people, man. You got it?
Come. Because ye are grown fat.
Yeah,
as,
you grown fat, you got it?
Come. Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at the grass.
Yeah, you grown fat as the heifer at the grass, so the Lord is really fattening you up for the slaughter. But fat too is you being fat-headed, you being proud as hell, man. Because now you think you the sons of the Most High. Come on.
And bellow as bulls, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Yeah, your mother shall be sore confounded. Come on.
She that bare you shall be ashamed.
Yeah, see that value shall be ashamed. Because all the shit that you push forth throughout the whole planet Earth, man. You know? Hold on, real quick. You got it, huh?
Isaiah chapter 47, starting at verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
Yes, you trusted in your wickedness, man. Nigga trusting Reaganomics. You know, nigga even fucking birth control, abortions. You know, they even got niggas trusting in AKs and 223s instead of trusting in Yahawashi and Yahawashi. It's niggas out here trusting perk 10s and things like that to get through their day instead of thanking the Lord, man. Niggas said, I gotta have a blunt. Nigga ain't say, I gotta have God today. Nigga said, I gotta have a blunt to get through the day, man. It's a sick and twisted world that we live in if you look into those right lenses, man. We the ones that's on the right side, man. Everybody else is crazy out here, man. You got it, bro.
Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
Yeah, so the wisdom and knowledge that the Lord gave Esau, it perverted him, man. And when you go into that word pervert, it means to turn away, to turn opposite of, roughly paraphrasing. And even, this nigga a freak too, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You got it.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside.
And you said in your heart that you is. You basically said that you Yahawashi and Yahawashi. And nobody else beside. You say it's a big thing, and you got the roll of a dice, the Edomites on top. That's sick-minded, man. And even when they go into the sign of you having Chesley Bourgier being our Lord, man. That's a part of you saying you is and nobody else beside you, man. You got it, bro.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises.
So therefore evil is going to come upon you. And that's what we're reading about in Jeremiah the 50th chapter. How you're going to get spoiled, man. Come on.
And mischief shall fall upon thee.
Mischief's going to fall upon you. And that's how you know it's going to be an aerial attack. You know, it ain't say mischief's going to run up. It say mischief's going to fall upon you, man. You got it.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
So you ain't gonna be able to escape those missiles. Why? Because it was predestinated to end your kingdom, man. And the only way you can escape those, you have to be in those UFOs, man. The chariots and the vehicles of our salvation. You know, the missiles ain't nothing to play with, man. You know, these are what they say, the weapons of mass destruction. The reason why it's called the weapons of mass destruction, because it's gonna destroy the whole rulership. That's why some call them MAD, mutual assured destruction. Because this is going to be the tool that the Lord is going to use to end the Edomite Empire, man. You got it, bro.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yes, in 1 hour, that desolation is going to end your kingdom, and you ain't going to know where it's coming from. But it's going to come from the heavens, man. Physically and spiritually, man. You know?
Come on. Shot. In the NLT, verse 12, now use your magical charms.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. Yeah, use your magical charm. Like you're gonna have a whole bunch of witches. They gonna telepathically rule the missiles away. Fuck no, man. The missiles gonna hit their targets, bro. And there's nothing you're gonna do to stop it, man. You got it?
Use the spells you have worked at all these years.
Yeah, Harry Potter then got a warrant out there trying to make those missiles go away. Holly Grove, you got the whole Holly Grove crew out there. Get them things out there, you know? You got it?
Maybe they will do you some good.
Maybe they gonna save you. Come on.
Maybe they can make someone afraid of you.
Yeah, maybe they can make someone afraid of you because this is what this guy have been trusting in for eons, man. He have been trusting in their left-hand side, and that's how he keep his head up, you know, the missiles, the left-hand side, and deceit. That's how he been keeping his head above water, man. But the Lord is finna get ready to turn all those different things against you. Because even once this guy goes to these different warlocks and witches and to try to throw spells and curses upon us, a lot of times, man, they tell them, man, we can't do nothing with them. These children are blessed, yes, they are blessed. That's what that Moabite prophet said, man. Yeah, 2 to 5, yeah. If the Lord be with them, then, you know, if they with their Lord, then you don't supposed to mess with them. But if the Lord turn away with them, it's, you know.
But he know that. Esau know it because, why is everything poison? That's why he poisoned the water.
Yeah.
That didn't kill Jake. He poisoned the air. That didn't kill him. Hey, now he got to try to do it in subliminal ways by he gave you rap. He trusted in that. I was thinking about that earlier when you were speaking to him. He trusted in Jake destroying himself, but it got to a point through the spirit of Yahawashi. Even Jake tired of that.
Tired of that shit. Yeah.
Like, man, I'm tired of that shit, man.
Hey,
what new?
It's called black fatigue.
Yeah.
That black culture is fatigue. Now, abortions and shit, niggas, you know, people hate that now, man. Because it comes from it's contrary unto life, man. That's why people hate it. It's contrary unto life, man. You know?
That's how you know Esau, you know, this Martin Egypt all over again. Because Pharaoh was in that same spirit of flipping the children of Israel. The Lord said how they grew more in numbers. You consider America, the Lord, he done flooded all these Israelites in here through immigration and shit. You know, and it's just, you see everything replaying all the way out again, man. Same with the deliverance.
That's it, bro.
You know?
That's the time. I mean, the Lord is setting up for prophecy to be fulfilled. The missiles on the scene, the children of Judah and the children of Israel is getting oppressed in the Western Hemisphere. You know, the chip is finna come. All these things, that's how you know we at the end, man. You know, you can go back and, that was on it? Bible Bashar, go back and say Jeremiah 50. We'll finish off on that. Matter of fact, get this Psalm 46 and jump back.
This is Psalm 46, going back to verse 8, KJV. Come behold the works of the Lord, Yahawah by Shema. What desolations he hath made in the earth.
Yeah, what desolation that he made in the earth. And the desolation that he's going to make is the desolation after World War III, man. The desolation of World War III. Come on.
He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth.
Yes, and how the Lord going to make this war to cease? Through the missiles, man. You know, the Lord ain't going to be no peace treaty that's going to end off World War III. The World War III is literally going to end off with a bang, man. And ultimately, with that destruction, is going to come with peace. Because that's a true saying, too. There's no peace without war. So the Lord's going to end the wars, man. You got it?
He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear asunder.
Yeah, that's talking about the missiles. Come on.
He burneth the chariot in the fire.
Yeah, and even the chariot's going to get down, too, man. So on top of the missiles getting hit, the missiles getting prepared in the Western Hemisphere, it's going to be the chariots going to get down too. And that's the precept I quoted earlier, man. What would I be if I already be killed? It's going to be niggas that's going to be still alive, burning, and you already got hit with a nooses, and the Lord going to end up hitting your ass with a laser beam, man. How wicked you got to be, you know? Vice versa. Well, what it's called, double whammy. You know, twice baked, man. Twice the child of hell.
Damn. Yep.
That shit's scary. You know, we laugh and shit, but that's a scary thing that's gonna be made manifest upon the planet Earth, man. You know? You got it.
Con, if I may, going back to that St. John 12 and 28, verse 10, it says, "Be still and know that I am the Most High. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth." Yeah, if I may, you know, going back to Yahawah by Shema Shai, is about to be glorified in the earth again. And it started with him, you know, warning you, or declaring rather, through his prophets, what he's about to do. Then when these things come to pass, then you're gonna know a prophet has been among you. But then you're gonna know that Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi is a power to be filled in the earth, man. And the destruction he's gonna bring upon Babylon the Great, aka America.
If I may too, because these people here in the Western Hemisphere, America, they have forgot about the fear of the Lord. You gotta realize niggas forgot about Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. You forgot about what happened in Egypt. So the Lord is gonna refresh your memory through this, man. An easy reminder, man. This is going to be an easy reminder to never sin against the Lord again. You know? But that was on it.
If I may,
Come on.
Bible Kashah, Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. So this fire, this destruction that he's about to bring upon Babylon the Great, aka America, then you're going to know that it's Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi that ruleth in the kingdom of men, and that he's a power to be feared, man. It's like,
Man, it's a beautiful point, man. You got to do it.
Con, this is Jeremiah chapter 50.
What you think you like that? Leave it.
Con, what up? Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Now, when you go into your mother, that's really talking about Great Britain. Great Britain is the mother of America. The bride that birthed this place was called 1776, the Revolutionary War, and ultimately that was set up by the bankers, man, so they can expand. But at the same time, Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi is going to turn your own mother against you.
They already said though. That's where you get
Brexit.
That's what the Brexit, and you got a ongoing thing. If anybody watch social media, TikTok, Britons hate Americans, man, and vice versa. You got the black Britons versus the black African Americans, and then you got white Britons that hate white Americans here in America, all due to the pride of Americans, man. So yeah, the mother hates the daughter at this point, man. And you got to remember how America was incepted. It was incepted through criminals. Those were the outskar or the outcasts of Britain that was sent over here to till the land, man, seeing if this could actually become something. And it became something from that project. This is a good slave encampment, man. Because those Edomites over there across the pond, they actually have a better existence than the Edomites here in America to a degree.
Everybody, because even over there, they eat real food over there, man. We eat BS over here on this side. That's a bad point too. This place was actually set up to be a business for the lack of better words, man. Something that you import, not import. You got import things too.
Yeah, import and export.
They import and export things too, man. They ain't really do this thing yet. We finna go live over there. No Rawchaas or Edomites. We ain't got no kings really living over here in America. The only king that's living in America is really Trump now, man. But at the same time, it goes back into what your mother gonna turn his back on you, man. The same allies that you trust in is gonna shoot those things on your ass, man. You got it.
Con, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bear you shall be ashamed.
Yeah, she that bear you shall be ashamed. Because again, they tired of your ass, man. Like the brother mentioned, man. And they say Americans is proud, lazy, loud.
How did you come from us? These are the guys that we sent over there.
Who are you?
And now America's that degenerate vine, just like Israel is
Inside. That's it, bro. You got it.
Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah, it says what?
Con, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
In a desert, because that's America new mirage. This place looks like the Garden of Eden before you, and behind you is going to be a desolate wilderness.
Dang.
That's going to be the fulfillment of prophecy, because you laid your hand and you came to this place for refuge, but ultimately this place is going to end up being destruction. You thought this place was going to be paradise, but it's going to turn to hell. Literally, man. Prison. A prison camp, man, of hell, of fire and brimstone that you can't get away from, man. That was on it? Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, come on, get that what I want.
Con, verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, Yahawashi, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon,
Yeah, everyone that go by Babylon, come on,
shall be astonished,
shall be astonished. You got it?
and hiss at all her plagues.
Now go back into that Psalms 46 and 8 one more time.
Come. This is Psalms chapter 46 and verse 8. Come, behold the works of the Lord Yahawah Shema Shai. What desolations he hath made in the earth.
What desolation that he made in the earth. And that's a part of that hissing at her plagues. Because you're going to see what not to do. Just like that old world was left an example. Sodom and Gomorrah was left for an example. This current society that we're living in is going to be a perfect example of what not to do. Or what to do when you want to piss the Lord off. Or what happens when the wicked are in rule. Because once the wicked are in rule, things are out of course, for the lack of better words, man. The ecosystem is totally whacked out. The household of the men and the women is totally whacked out. You know, the economy is whacked out. Even, there shouldn't be no such thing as fucking traffic, man. Everything in this place is just vexing unto you. And there's more reasons why the Lord should send destruction upon this place. It's more than like it.
Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
It says, put yourselves in array. Baba Kushai, I'd rather look up that word array. Let's read it from the top.
Come. Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. And that's why you can see these different type of countries banding together. With that one with Britain and Brazil and Russia. Not Brexit, BRICS. That's why they got BRICS coming out, man. You know, but probably got that array.
Yeah, it says an impressive display or range or particular thing.
It says an impressive display. How these missiles going to get shut off is going to be impressive, man. You know, you never knew India had this many missiles, man. You never knew, what's a crazy country, man. Greenland, Iceland. You never knew they had missiles. Switzerland. You know, that's going to be you're going to see how many they got. They go like, God damn. Where y'all get these from? They're going to be an impressive display, man. You got it.
It says an ordered series or arrangement.
An ordered series or arrangement. Because even once those missiles get shot off, it's going to be different arrangement, man. Certain missiles going to go over here. A lot of them going to go over here in the west. Some going to go towards Russia. It's going to be a beautiful scene. That's why when you see like on those cartoon movies, when they have like the simulation of destruction of the nuke, it's fine because they move and it's like a little slow thing, and then you see the explosion and the music hitting and shit like that. It's beautiful, man. So how much more is it going to be when it is Revelation the 15th chapter happened, man? When you have that sea of glass, you looking in the ozone layer. The reason why the Lord mentioned it in there because it's going to be a beautiful scene. It's going to be impressive, man. You know, it's going to be a godly piece of work that's going to happen upon the planet Earth to issue in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. You know?
That's why I said now it shall break that right.
That's it.
Yeah, this is Joel 2 and verse 7. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like mighty men of war.
And that's what the missiles are going to do. They're going to climb, just like in the ancient days of old, you would have walls. That's why you would have cannons. You would have people pouring tar to the side. You had the archers on top of the wall because you had to overcome the wall. The Lord said they're going to be like mighty men running what?
Yeah, it says, it says they should run like mighty men. They should climb the walls like mighty men.
So it's going to be with ease, man. It's going to be fast, and they're going to come. They're going to basically any interception defense system that America has is going to be impeded in that day. It's going to be surpassed because the spirit of Yahawashi is going to be with these missiles.
Yeah, it says, and they shall march every one of on his. It's like they shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break their ranks.
That's what the brother was going into. Some gonna be going fast this way, some gonna be going slow that way. But none of them are gonna bump into each other Why? Because all of them they're being set in a particular arrangement, a series, or ordered series. That, yeah, this one gonna hit California, this gonna hit Alabama, that's gonna hit Idaho, this is gonna hit Florida.
A longitude and latitude.
Yeah, it's gonna be precise, man. You know, and it ain't gonna be no that was he accidentally got killed. Nah, he purposely, intentionally was put to death, man.
That's it,
You know.
That's why they got like even hypersonic missiles and things like that too, man. So even concerted missiles kind of slow, like the same two ain't fast as like the hypersonic missiles. You know.
Maybe they got something that blow up at different altitudes. They got something that can blow up in the sky and milk shit. It's actually gonna be something that's gonna be pelting the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've gotta reach a particular air pressure. They gotta reach a particular part of the atmosphere, and on this come down, the air pressure going against it, that's what's gonna cause it to come out, and it's gonna come out like a cluster bomb. Right? You know, it's just gonna hit everything like a clay bomb.
They say that's the most dangerous too. That's what they really that the strong wind is gonna be, is when they hit in the atmosphere, and it also spreads the range of it. You know, instead of you just hitting that spot, now it can go for more miles, hundreds of more miles, man.
So he's really gonna toxify the air because he got all kind of agents. He got Agent Orange. He got that chemical warfare that they was pushing. They was saying Assad did a couple of years ago. The leader of Iran, it was a spray that he was putting out. You think Esau ain't got those bombs, man? So when they the ones that spread that they ignite within the atmosphere, hey man, it's gonna make it hard for you people to breathe. Man.
And really, another thing too, it's gonna cleanse it too. That's why for the spirit, it's really gonna repair the ozone and things like that, the atmosphere. Because again, Esau don't know really the capabilities of nuclear missiles. Ultimately, what it's gonna do is gonna bring forth the what is called a nuclear winter, and ultimately it's gonna revamp the whole planet Earth, man. The Earth is gonna come back greener, bigger, and more beautiful because of destruction. That's why the destruction is a necessary evil, man. You know, the Earth right now is an ugly duckling, man. And this ugly duckling is going to get a makeover through the missiles that hit this place. You know?
Because islands gonna be created from that shit.
Now, hey, for lack of better words, just speaking as a man, I believe Pangea is going to come back, man. And it might be even expanded a little bit, man.
Yeah,
you know, it might even, it's going to be Pangea, it's going to be one, what you call it, but it might be, you know, different.
Yeah, it's gonna be land that ain't been touched, man. It only makes sense because the righteous and rulership. Yeah, we should inherit the earth, man. So it gotta be plenty of new land coming up that no man has ever dwelt upon.
And even then, I was looking at motherfuckers from Atlanta. They were like, Atlanta is Atlantis.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't really see.
You know what I mean?
This nigga so stupid, man. But we really gonna see the lost city of Atlantis, and there's really gonna be just the kingdom of heaven, man. Because a lot of the folklore that they used to push out back then, it was just a peek into the kingdom. They just put a pagan twist on it.
Yeah.
You know?
It makes sense. Kingdom in the war.
In the waters, come on, man.
Whole other.
That's a whole. Now, you know, people, you know, Jake gotta have hope.
Gotta help us.
That's how you know we live in a hopeless situation, man. Jake can hope in anything.
Yeah.
You know what you gotta do. Huh?
Yeah, it says Joel 2:8, neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his paths.
Yep. Yeah, so it ain't gonna be no friendly fire, man. What Esau tell you now, you know, I shot him in the back of the head, you know. We were getting bogged down by Charlie, and I ended up hitting Billy in the back of the head. The missiles ain't gonna bump into one another and have friendly fire in that.
It says they shall walk every one on his path. When they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Yeah, so it ain't no defense system that Esau has that's gonna stop them from doing their jobs, man. They should not be wounded, so ain't no shooting down these missiles. They're gonna hit their target, and their target is gonna be their target is gonna be eliminated.
That's it. And that's why you can tell, Salaki, if I may, you can tell this guy Trump, he got their golden domes. That's why would you even create that, man? You should have created that your first term. Y'all should have created that in Bill Gates, not Bill Gates, what's my boy name? Baby Bush time. When they had weapons of mass destruction. That's when you should have first built it. The reason why you're doing it now, because you can tell it's a sense of desperation, man. You can tell it's been talks, because we don't know what they be talking up there at the G7 summit, but it's been talks and missiles getting fired off, man. That's the reason why you doing that different type of act, man.
Yeah, I think that first Trump term, they had to get his old ass up to speed, you know. Yeah. And like I don't think he didn't believe in the chairs. He didn't believe in particular prophecy. I believe they gave him a rundown on reincarnation. He was like, you mean to tell me I could come back and get all of this shit? Yeah. Long as I just gotta run this place shit. He's trying to run it, man. Yeah. He's moving in a completely different spirit than his first term, man. This time, hey, he telling you to shut the hell up. He's like, I know we came in, but hey, yeah, take the back seat to this because he making sure that these plays get ran, man.
If I may, he moving like Nero now.
Yeah.
This nigga really moving like Nero. Because again, the first time he wanted to jump out there, the only thing he said was the prophets of doom. But now he's really moving like Nero by persecuting the Christians, the Mashiach, the anointed ones, which is really what the children of Israel. That's the reason why ICE is getting a $50,000 bonus, man. To pick up Jake. That's extreme desperation, man. You know, so this nigga is actually spending millions to get the nation of Israel in captivity, man. You know, but y'all,
if I could, and he played on all of the Edomites that when they signed up for it because he told this is Esau footage. He told those Edomites, yeah, come sign up or whatever for the ones that make it through. We're gonna give you a $50,000 signing bonus. Esau believed on that. Trump is paying it in increments like our motherfucker would do you in the military. You never get your full payout in the military. That's one thing we do know. Trump said that when you sign up, mind you, he's in his first year. You're doing 3-year terms. He's doing it so when you look to get your money at the end of your 3rd year, he'll be out of office and that they're gonna do away with that program. Well, that was a Trump administration thing. That's no longer valid up under this president. So he got a lot of you trapped into this contract, man. And now you'll do his bidding for the next 3 years. And if you think you go renege on it, he got another thing coming for you. Because all he got to do is well, I gave you $500, I gave you $1,000. I need that back plus the fact that you breaching this contract. And ain't no breaching no federal or military contracts, man. You gonna fulfill it or you gonna sit in the slammers at Leavenworth.
Yeah. That's the thing. You got that was on it. Matter of fact, you got something.
The Obadiah chapter 1, starting at verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Yeah, it says thine heart. Read that from the top of the chapter.
Obadiah 1 and 3, one chapter. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
So this all of the lies. The scriptures tell you that he goes spewing lies from the moment that he's born. So for him to hear all of these lies from the moment that he's been born, that you're smart, that you're innovative, that you're the toughest, you'll get to a point that you'll become prideful. Here it is, Esau is the king of mediocrity, but he's always claiming the superior ground. Read that now. Read that from the top.
Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
Ain't that the most wicked heart? Is the weakling that's walking around like here it is. He ain't got no muscles. Motherfucker he ain't worked out, ain't did nothing, but he walking around, he jumping at the biggest dude on the yard, the big dude, he jumping back because he know the power that really stand behind this little weakling, or what he's like, I really ain't trying, I would fuck you up, boy, but hey, I know who you running with. Hey, that's what spirit Esau came against us in, man, and his people. That's why right now everybody's looking towards a race war because everybody's tired of Esau running his damn mouth, man. The pride of his heart has truly deceived him to a point we're not our foreparents where we look at an Edomite and be, even in his frailness, well, he may be smarter than me. Jake look at us like, I hope your degree can get you out this headlock I'm finna put you in. You see, he's a peon. That spirit ain't the same, man. But his people still have that rulership class mentality about themselves. And that's why he has a disdain for us because we keep telling really you a peasant, dude. But it's kind of hard to go back and forth with this guy when his lies have encompassed the entire earth, man. And now the only thing we can use to defend ourselves is the book. You see, you mean the book that we gave you out of slavery? That's his pride, man. But with it, you can't allow Esau his overstanding in certain things take your faith, man. Because the pride in this dude is hey man, it's heavy. You got it?
whose habitation is high.
Yeah, that's indicative of all of these high rises in these buildings, because we do know through the scriptures that it's a height limit to buildings, man. And Esau didn't even keep that ordinance of Yahawashi. So him him having high habitation reminds him of the Caucasus Mountains, man. It reminds him of Mount Petra, all right, Mount Seir, because he would look down upon things, man. That's what he feels. That's what he feels most emboldened when he's up high off the ground, away from danger, just like that proud eagle, man. Because it gets real Mickey down here in the thickest of the jungles, man, with the lions, tigers, and bears. That's why. But the Lord called us what? The lion, man, the Lion of Judah. But you got it.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
So he done said, based off all these lies, he believed his own lies. Now he's sitting back, who gonna bring me down to the ground? Who can really fuck with me? Hey, excuse the vulgarity, but that's what's in his heart at this point. Like, who can really fuck with me, man? That's why he's in the mindset of, hey, if I can't have it, nobody can, man. That's a proud statement, because the Most High said it in the same regard. Hey, man, what other powers up here with me? Who can really deliver you from me? If I choose to do evil to you, hey, can't nobody do nothing about it. That's what makes him so right. The Heavenly Father so righteous, man. Here it is, Esau can have the planet as a utopia. You don't see it before you. He's telling you the robots can take over every conceivable job that man can find himself to do. We can use AI technology and robots to do it. Why the hell are you talking about how people are going to find their next way of work in the new society? Nigga, this is supposed to be utopia.
You know, they said in a couple of years, AI bot can birth a damn child.
So, hey,
That's
Esau
supposed
going
to be utopia now.
It's a lot.
But that's how this guy trying to say he's God. He's trying to create life, man. You know, he's trying to transfer life, transfer a human soul into an animatronic soul or whatever, a robotic soul, a robotic body or whatever. This guy's really trying to play that he's God, man. This guy got a God complex.
Yeah, you do. That's that pride in him, man. But here it is, he had the same beginnings as me and you, and he can't overcome a regular Jake, man. A weed smoking, honey bun in the morning, Jack's eating nigga, outdo Esau in his day-to-day, man. You got it.
Come. He says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
So high-minded, you exalted yourself, and we know Rome, Greek, America, man. We get it. You got it.
And Slack. It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
How did he set his nest amongst the stars? By way of the satellites, man. Because he never, in 1968, we never went to, America never went to the moon. I ain't a part of you niggas, man.
Y'all didn't.
All right? Y'all did not go to the moon, man. It was a farce. It was a fake, man. And because we've seen too many debunking videos that show the string wire of the modern day astronaut supposedly in the upper atmosphere of space. But why is he hung on by a harness? Why is it a green screen behind him? Who was taking the pictures on the moon?
Yes.
Who took a picture of the takeoff from the moon to get back to the planet Earth? How did you make the phone call to the moon from the planet Earth? Here it is, you had telephones dropping calls in. Hey, you remember the Verizon commercial? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
How was that the going commercial for 10 years? In 2001, this was going into 2011, 13, 14. Now here it is, can you hear me now? So Nixon was sitting up there talking to these dudes, clear as day.
That's some good ass reception.
Great ass reception, man. Where's the telephone guy? Where's the electricity? Where's all of these things? Where's the technology for even the phone call to have been made, let alone for the ship to get there and get back? But we're tripping for believing in the Bible, but you are the same people that believe, hey, America went to the moon. You're a fool, man. But to get back to the scriptures, that's when he set his necks amongst the stars, man. When he sent out the first spaceship, and that first spaceship, the first satellite was what, Sputnik from the Russians, all right? So it wasn't even through American ingenuity or American intellectual intellectual proudness that got them to as a nest in the stars, man. It was the Russians and them Germans. All right, but his pride and through the world, believing that hoax of a lie of the moon landing, he even tricked those Russians. You actually got something into the atmosphere. You did something smart. This dude tricked you with a little trick of the hand on some Houdini shit. And now the whole earth is bowed down. He dropped the atomic bomb on you, and then he used that magic wand. You see? The trick of the hands. Now everybody bowed down to this guy.
Hey, that's that sword of deceit. That kept him on top.
Hey, yo, boy. Yes, indeed, boy. Sword of deceit. He good for it, boy. He good for it. You can finish that.
Come. This will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahawashi.
It said this.
If I may, it says, this will I bring you down, thus saith Yahawashi. Because the Lord, he's bringing this guy down with his own weaponry, man. Same thing that he trusted in, the same thing that kept his head above water. It's going to be the same thing the Lord is going to use to take him out.
Hey, was that in on that? Yeah, you got it. You
Jump down. I jump down to verse 6. How the things of Esau searched out.
Ooh, beautiful.
How are his hidden things sought out. Yeah, just going into again, you know, Esau being revealed, man. His hidden things are being sought out. Now, you know, it's known what it say, if not, where is it? Well, we know who it is by, you know, that inquisition being made. Now you're being revealed as the wicked that the Bible speaks of. It says, how his hidden things sought up, you know, through that dreadful sound is in your ear, by the testimony of the Lord Yahawashi, you know, which is the spirit of prophecy. Through his prophets, you're being revealed, and now that your destruction is being prophesied, man, at Ezekiel 35, right? It says, verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, if I may get an NLT, Obadiah 1:7 NLT. All your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trust, it says your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it.
And those are those nations that bowed their head after you dropped the bomb on Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Hey, everybody was quick to jump into that North Atlantic trade agreement. Everybody after that bomb was dropped, man. Them nations was like, shit, hell yeah, we finna get on this dude's side of shit. We don't want to find out what happens if we're not on his good side. But in turn, these nations was what? They were shaking his hand, but doing a backdoor deal with one another, because all of them understood how they ended up in the scope of Esau. He had the gun to him, man. He needed particular resources. He needed foot power. This is how he came into power of the earth, man. But these nations laid the wound up under him. And what was that wound? Through them buying into this the United States petrodollar, man. Them getting on that United States standard, Esau getting rid of the gold standard and going to this fiat currency. All the nations jumped onto that system, man. And Esau strengthened America through the other nations buying into that system. That's why everybody's so big now, and that's why the big beautiful bill is backfiring on him now. It's because what? He had all of these deals with these nations, these very nations, and now he's starting to see, oh, you don't want to bag the small hats? You don't want to bag the small hats? Well, terrorists. But it's coming to bite him in the ass now, because with all of that, with him passing out tariffs on the front end, it was already deals being made behind his back. So they was already doing a barter and trading system to a point. That's where you get bricks from. But it started with what? The British, the exit of Britain from the union with America, and so on and so forth. It became a trickle down effect. So you'll read that back, Baba Bashar?
Khan, Obadiah 1 and verse 8 again, NLT. It's like verse 7. It says, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to devise, to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you.
China was one of their biggest trusted allies, man, because that was the great buffer between America and Russia bumping heads. It was them having the Chinese on their sides, man. Hey, when China came into the picture, it was like, hey, man, our technology is better than yours at this point, man. Yeah, we see the Apple but that's just backwards engineering from our shit. So we don't really need you. We got this over here. So what did they begin to do? They started to what is it? Is it Brazil, Russia? Yeah, the BRICS is Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, and South Africa, man. That's a part of that. But it was who had to buy into it? China and Russia. Those were the two. That's who started. That's what popped all of this off, man. Now the little guys, now the weak is beginning to say he's strong because the two major powers they needed to buck up was China and Russia, but the greater head of them all was Russia had to pick his head up, man. You see? But America, hey, his look is more stout than his fellows. Hey, it's a proud place, man. But you got that.
It says your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it.
You don't even know about it. Why? Because you're too proud, man. As long as we have the dollar implemented, blah, whatever. You know, Esau got a million different ways to talk about finances. He goes to statistics where we'll look at projections. He got a million different ways to skew things. But at the end of the day, man, these nations know you depend on bread. You depend on bread from over there. You depend on oil from over there. You depend on a lot of sex freaks from this particular area of the country. Hey, these people know what you need, man. What you say? Yeah, hey, Uganda had that big uranium deposit found. Hey, you ain't seen nothing else. It was just a big thing put on. It was a big $1 trillion worth of uranium found and such and such. Hey, it went away, man. Shit, why? He's already over there. Shit. Why you think all the European nations started to bump with each other? Hey, fighting over Africa again, man. Yeah. There's been another resource found over there. This time they finna bring it to war. It's finna lead to war, man. Was that it on that? That was it. Yeah, you can finish that.
Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Yeah.
Understand? Like
who's the wise man? The ultimate. It was the Germans, man. Right? By way of them creating the ICBM missiles, man, with Fat Boy and Little Man and Fat Boy. That's where you get your atomic bombs from, along with J. Oppenheimer. You know, he came out and coined the term if he could come back as anything. No, he said I'll become his death. Yeah. And he said if I destroy a world. If he would have come back as anything, he said he'd come back as a plague, man.
Yeah, and if I may, that was written in a Hindu proverb, man. And he took it as a badge of honor for real. Yeah. That's why they're synonymous with his name, because he knew what type of weaponry he was creating when he was making it. Even you don't really hate, even Einstein, he was a part of, but Einstein kind of opted out because he knew what was going to happen. I knew it was him, and there was another guy called Abraham Esau.
Yeah.
You know? It was like the figureheads of them three, nuclear fusion energy, man.
Yeah. There's always a small house somewhere in the mix, right?
It says, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
That team, it says, read that back from,
verse 9, and the mighty men, O Teman.
And that team is going to the Germans, man. Because it started with the Germans, but it was ultimately perfected in its most destructive, to its most destructive capacity over there in Russia, man. You would think it'd be America, but no. America ain't finna shoot missiles on itself. It's finna shoot missiles against the other ones that got just as capable, if not better, capabilities, man. More power. So we know it started with teaming, but hey, Germany and Russia right next to each other. So that's all one and the same, man. They just got a little slightness of the tongue. Who cares? Same people, man.
Salaki, if I may, just to back you up, a lot of those Nazi scientists after World War II, were split off, if you will, amongst these different countries, like going into Russia and all. They use these German or nuclear physicists or whatever, to help develop or further their technology.
Because if I may, he didn't stop with just the atom bomb, because those men, they had children and they created the hydrogen bomb. I'm telling you that throughout Project Paperclip, they actually got the line of teaming to create these things. man.
Yeah.
It was actually a line of men.
Yeah.
Because those Oppenheimer, I think he got like a nephew or a great son or a great cousin that still create missiles to this day.
Yeah, because they know it's in this bloodline. It's like your great-great-grandfather was as great at this. We know you have a proclivity for it. You're going to be good at it. Yeah.
And that's how it's going to be even in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to have some Edomites that's good in something. Yeah, y'all good. You know, y'all just going to do this.
Y'all been good with those spices. Hey, look, don't let your great-grandfather.
Let your great-grandfather. They can go give them a little piece of land. But that's the same thing that they did with Oppenheimer, man. They really set them out. I think he had got in, where they tried to indict him or something for like some crimes or something a little later on, but he ended up getting off. You know, because again, he's hand joining hand. He's like a top elite of the team race, man. Be real. That's why they made a move after him.
Yeah, because he was a great weapon to be used by the elite. Finish that off.
Going back, Obadiah 1 and 9, and thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
And that mount is the government of Esau. So that's America, that's your Australians, that's your Britain, that's your Switzerland, your Ireland. Hey, any government of all of these heathen governments, but what the people are most intrigued about, how will the white man get taken out of power? Well, we're hearing it, man. I know everybody want to say go Russia, go Master P, because hey man, he doing this thing. But at the end of the day, he getting uprooted out of power too, man. Yeah. Ain't gonna be no Russia got next or Moab got next. No, the Israelites gonna have next. We really got now, man. Screw what you saying or thinking. Okay?
Last verse 10. If I may get it in NLT, and the heading says reason for Edom's punishment. It says, verse 10, because of the violence you did to your close relatives in Israel.
Yeah, it was that Jacob, man. What you did to your brother, what you did to us, not only over there, but what you did to us here, man. All right, you got it.
As a matter of fact, so you said Jacob, I'm getting the KJV. Mm-hmm. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, and everybody see it. That's why these nations is like, how can you talk to us about equality? How can you talk to us about justice? When look at what you're doing to the black people over there. Hey, be quiet. Let's stick to the subject at hand. Let's stick to the subject matter. We're talking about you poisoning whales. Hey, well you got them hid in the ghetto. You got them hid in the prison house. That's the spewing of Esau, man. You know? Read that back, that end part.
Again, Obadiah 1 and 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
And that's what's happening now. That shame, because who started shame? It was the Israelites starting with the apostles and the elders, man. That's that shame, the bringing of your history. It ain't like we lying or we're conjuring some analogy up or we're making some elaborate metaphor. No, we're just calling truths out. And now his shame for spewing upon him, man. You got it?
It says, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, so the Lord is gonna wipe your existence. We're gonna have to actually go to books in the kingdom of everything. In the kingdom of forever, it's gonna be. Now you say he looked like what? You got beat, Dad? No way. It's gonna be so far in the elect man's mind. He's gonna have to go to a book. Here it is. He can remember any and all things. But this is gonna be like a bad dream that we're gonna have to open up a book to remember this guy.
And that spirit, that's why that Passover is gonna be a heavy situation, man. It's gonna be a reminder of what the Lord did over here in the Western Hemisphere, of the Edomite Empire, man. You know?
Yeah, it's like we basically, this right here is a remembrance of a bad dream. This right here, this judgment, it's gonna be like a bad dream unto us, but this shit is really going on right here real time, man. The Lord said he's gonna be cut off for forever. Hey, we're in his right now. We gotta see to his forever end, man. We gotta see his end now. If not, you won't even get to there. You won't even make it to the end, man.
Yeah, that's why I say Esau is the end of the world.
Yep. And Jacob is
getting
at the followers, man.
We really just getting started, man.
Yeah,
You know
really,
what
the
I'm
story's just beginning.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The story really just beginning.
You know, these mortal minds cannot handle that, brother.
Yeah.
These mortal minds can't handle it.
So maybe they're like the movies that start with a scene at first,
Yeah.
and then they come into the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think American Sniper started like that.
Yeah.
Like foreshadowing.
Like in the midst of the
Yeah,
action,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Climax, then you come back.
Yeah, that was it on that?
I got one of that.
Yeah, you can bring that
Yeah,
up.
this is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 10 and verse 16. It says, verse 17. It says, he took some of them away and destroyed them and have made the memorial to cease from the earth. You know, and this is Esau, man. The Lord, he's for the cause this memorial to cease here in the earth, man. You know, like the brother's going into, even having to go into a book, you know, because he even tell you how he's going to be chased away like a dream, man. You know, so even like his memorial, how he doing us. You know, because we're a part of Esau's memorial, man. That the Lord, he's going to cause to cease here in the earth. You know, but it continued to say, it says, that's it.
If I may add, you read that again now?
Come. It says he took some of them away and destroyed them and have made the memorial to cease from the earth.
That's really Obadiah 1 and 18, man.
That's it.
Because after those 1,000 years, there's going to be really a big sacrifice. You know, there's going to be a bonfire, but there's really going to be a sacrifice unto the Lord, man. You know, and after that, whatever the Lord going to do with him, when he disperse him throughout the whole nation to do whatever he's going to do with him, there's going to be no remembrance of being an Edomite anymore, man. You know, the most wicked people who the Lord have indignation for forever, man. Those people are going to be done away with.
Khan, this is Isaiah chapter 14, starting at verse 15 in the NLT. Instead, you will be brought down to the place of the dead, down to its lowest depths. Everyone there will stare at you and ask, can this be the one who shook the earth?
Yeah, so he just said he's gonna bring you down to death. That's hell. He's gonna bring you down into hell, man. We here in hell right now. Lord said he's gonna bring you down to the depths, and this is gonna be the worst. Hey, look, this is hell. Hey, what we went through, chattel slavery, after chattel slavery, is, man, unimaginable. Think about how crazy your dreams are, and you be thankful to the Lord just to wake up from that, knowing that we still in this fucking hell. Now, how much unbearable is it for Esau when he wakes up from a terrible nightmare only to find out living is worse than the dream that you just had? Because we're gonna have spiritual powers to really put belt to ass in that day, man. You got it?
Like, if I may,
Yeah.
going into that hell being a condition. Now you're gonna be brought into slavery, as you mentioned earlier, that Obadiah 1 and 18. You know, Esau being wiped out. But before your end, you're gonna have to experience 1,000 years of slavery, man. You're gonna have to pay with that Revelation 13 and verse 10. You know, he who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. Now you're gonna be brought down to hell. You're gonna have to experience this. You're gonna have to drink of the cup, of the dregs thereof. You're gonna receive double before ultimately you be wiped out.
No, you got it, huh?
Back in that Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 16 NLT, everyone there will stare at you and ask, can this be the one who shook the earth and made the kingdoms of the world tremble? Is this the one who destroyed the world and made it into a wasteland?
Yeah, and that's America, because America, when Jake is put back in his right mind and they full understanding, and he even start to see the residual effects of what it is to be righteous, they're gonna look at Esau and be like, really, this guy was over? He kicked y'all ass, he was over the world? He really flipped everything upside down? This guy's a nobody, he's stupid. The only thing we can righteously say right now about Esau is like, dude, you're an idiot. But he'll tell you he created all of this, man. He's behind everything that you see, all these edifices. Well, in the kingdom of heaven, he will have nothing to show because it shall all be done away with. So now the only edifice the people will have is Esau's body himself. And everybody's gonna look down upon him like a petting zoo, like how he used to have Jake in the 20s and the early 1900s, the early 20th century, man. We're gonna say the same thing about him, man. Okay.
Is this the king who demolished the world's greatest cities and had no mercy on his prisoners?
Yeah, and hey, look, it's been hellified cities, but the greatest cities he destroyed was when he ransacked Jerusalem, overthrew Jerusalem. Well, I forget, tongue twister right now. The abomination of desolations, man. Come on. He got Pink City over there right now. Is this the guy? This the guy that ruled the earth in such a with an iron fist? That's how. Do you know? You can't even speak to Jake right now and him envision a future without Esau in it. But this speaks of a future without Esau in it, man. The brother already brought out a precept that shows that Esau's going to be cut off, man. The brother brought it out in Obadiah as well. And that's going to be in the kingdom of heaven, man, with the Lord present. Who are you going to run to then? Show me your G12 summit. Who are you going to go to seek compassion? Who are you going to go to and be like, hey, you know, can you speak on the behalf of me so this possibly won't happen? We ain't got no representation.
That remind me,
You got it?
that remind me of Lazarus and the rich man. When they say, if you put the tip of the tongue, dip it in water, put it on the mouth, man.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, man.
That shit, yeah, before the truth, when my grandma used to say that, it used to scare the hell out of me. I ain't even gonna prank you. You always thought about burning in hell for forever. You was like, man, shit, you know them Alabama songs, shit. You get thirsty sometimes, you be shit, bro. I don't want to go to hell, man. I don't want to go to hell. You think about that. But you can bring that out in Ezekiel.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel.
Going into Esau being cut off, man. And why he should be. You got it?
Yes, this is Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. It says, oh, you want me to start from the top?
Yeah, start from the top.
Yeah, Ezekiel 35 and verse 1, it says, again, a message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, turn. Oh, it's like, yeah, Ezekiel 35 verse 1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
So the Holy Spirit came unto all of us. We were all convicted by the Holy Spirit, and we were all told to do what? We were commanded to do what?
Set thy face against Mount Seir.
Who is Mount Seir? Type in Seir or type in Petra. It's gonna show it's synonymous even on the internet, man. Yeah. Mount Seir is Mount Petra. Who did Esau go back to? Mount Petra or Mount Seir, man? So we're supposed to be prophesying against the so-called white man. If you consider yourself to be of European descent, Caucasian descent, hey, this is speaking to you and against you. You got it?
It says, and say unto it, thus said the Lord Yahawah.
Unto this mountain, the government. So the establishment, whether you be in America, you be in Britain, Switzerland, Australia, but ultimately here in America, because the rest of you in these wayward little places of Esau, you're going into slavery, man. But here in America, you're going to eat a missile. You got it?
It says, and say unto it, thus said the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee.
Yeah, so the very people that are teaching you the Bible right now, the same people that gave you Tuskegee, the same people that gave you the sterilization of Puerto Rico and back in the 70s and the 80s, the same people that you say you don't trust the doctors, you trust them to give you a good religion and a good interpretation. That's these people. You got it?
Yeah, it says, stretch out my hand against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee and make thee most desolate.
So the Lord said these people, he's going to stretch out his hand. And who is his hand? It first begins with Yahawashi, but ultimately his people, which are you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indians found on this sign. Huh? All right, you got it?
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
So the Lord said that he's going to lay Esau's cities waste, and he was going to lay them desolate. So that's why you see, hey, you will see Italy. Well, yeah, Italy goes bankrupt. Then Spain goes bankrupt. This little European country will go bankrupt. That's the beginning of it. Read that end part, because there's still more to that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it said,
I think even Trump and friends, they had a problem. I think it's Greece They wasn't putting their part in, and NATO and the EU.
Yeah, like, yeah, y'all ain't paying y'all part.
Yeah, y'all ain't paying y'all money because the reason they couldn't, because they ain't have enough money, man.
Right.
You know, even though they get pushed forth with the military side, they really ain't got no money. That's why they need NATO and the EU.
Right.
Because they really can't suffice themselves.
Yeah, they can't protect themselves from being pillaged, man. So they need to protect the protection of Big Bro. But with Big Bro comes a big, healthy price tag, man. Ain't no different than the Italian or the Irish mob shakedowns in the old movie. Like, yeah, see, we got a donut shop. You like, I got a motherfucker. Unless you want this bitch burned down, we got a donut shop. And now you get 30% of your donut shop. He get the other 70. That's what goes on in these European countries, man. Like, they getting pimped, man. Pimped and bullied. You got it.
It says, I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
So this is when the Lord brings forth the destruction. You should know that Yahawashi done it. Because right now, Esau is giving you a million movies for your mind to go, a million different ways of how and why America was destroyed. But in that day, in the day of Yahawashi judgment, it'll be no question. Now you can get to it, because you get to the point. 25.
Yes, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. If a brother could look up the word perpetual for me, Baba Kushab, because you'll have to ask yourself, like, what did we do so wrong? You have to go to the scriptures, man. It says a perpetual hatred.
Yeah, this is that word perpetual. It says never ending or changing.
Never ending or changing. So this is, the Lord said a perpetual hatred for Jake. All right. So from the moment he got tricked out his birthright, Esau been on the warpath to get it back. And when, at the death of Jacob, what did he say, man? Like, no, at the death of Isaac, he said, now will I slay my brother, man? Roughly paraphrasing. So he was in that spirit. And that he's still in that same spirit. That's why Trump is moving so heavy now. He understands reincarnation. So now his hatred for Jake is been emboldened even more, man. I'm Nero. You think he ain't sitting back with it? He loves to hear individuals' opinions of him. For him to sit back and hear men of his age or a tad bit younger, like the apostles and the elders, because they ain't old and decrepit like he is. You feel me? Hey, man, he wants to hear what they have to say about him. Hey, and now he's trying to. That's what Esau do. He good for trying to set prophecies in motion. He's doing the same thing again, man. You can bring that out.
Yes, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword. So who brought you in chattel? Who brought you on slave ships into chattel slavery, man? With hard yokes of iron. Who took you Taino Indians, and who took you Arawak Indians over there to Britain? Who took you to the British Isles, man? It was Esau. He did that, man. This guy that had that perpetual hatred for you. All right, you got it. But the Taino Indians being you so-called Puerto Ricans, you Arawak Indians, you call yourself West Indians or Jamaicans. Esau did that to you, man. He moved all of you around on ships. But the only people that ever get spoken about is the Southern Kingdom. All right, but the Northern Kingdom got put on them ships too. You got it?
Yeah, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yeah, when you should have released us from chattel slavery, man. When you decided, hey, the Emancipation Proclamation, you should have had ships on all coasts of America headed that way to the east. Everything's supposed to have been pointed towards the east. When our affliction had an end, because you have, going back to that point, what did the Mexicans do to deserve Esau having a sword come against them, man? When all of the southeast Alabama belonged, like Alabama, Georgia, hey, a good bit of that belonged to Reuben, but south of that, that was all Issachar. All of Gad to the west and to the north, you know? What did they do so wrong to deserve this perpetual hatred that you came against these people with, man? The first going saying was, hey, the red faced dude, Gad and Reuben, hey, those are savages, man. And then after you did what you did to Gad and Reuben, hey, well, at least I ain't kill you off, but I'm finna kill these dudes off. So Gad and Reuben was happy, man, for a second to what? To come against Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, just to get the heat off of their asses for a second. But he had a perpetual hatred for the entire nation, man.
That's it. And then it leads to division amongst the tribes.
Right.
That's why even it was a point when Issachar, the northern tribe, you know, it was hell on Jake. Now it's hell on the northern tribe. Now the Jake bag it back. Oh, y'all got it.
Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all didn't stand up for
Y'all
us.
didn't stand up for us. Y'all got to go through it. But again, that's the fulfillment of prophecy, man. He says the nation of Israel and the nation of Judah shall be oppressed together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they being oppressed together right now, and that's a beautiful thing that we in right now, man. That's why you can see why this guy Biden letting open the gates, letting a lot of northern tribes run through. And the reason why, because prophecy have been fulfilled, man. Right. And it's going to continue to be fulfilled until we get into that perfect day. Right. You know what I'm saying? And with Salak, you got something on it?
Yeah, finish that
Hey,
off.
one more, we're going to end it off, man. Come on.
Yeah, Khan. It says, verse 7, it says, it's like, yeah, verse 6. It says, therefore, as I live, said the Lord, Yahawah, bahasham, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Hey, the Lord live right now. He's living through us, man. The Lord said he will prepare thee unto blood. So that's going to always be a friendly reminder of what Esau have done upon the planet Earth, man. You got it.
And blood shall pursue thee.
And blood shall pursue thee. That's why we prophesy the destruction of America. Come on.
Cities thou hast not hated blood.
So you ain't back off on the Native Americans. You ain't back off on Judah. You ain't even back off on the so-called Mexicans, man. You ain't hate it. You actually pursued it more. It got you off, man.
And made excuses for it.
Yeah, and that's why for a lack of better words, it says blood is nothing in his sight.
Yep.
You got it?
It says, even blood shall pursue thee.
Even blood shall pursue thee, man. And that blood pursuing you is really just judge pursuing your ass, man. And ultimately, it's going to be a day when our Lord Yahawashi is going to come and get you and ultimately end you off with these ICB or nuclear missiles, man. That's going to ultimately end off your rulership. Yeah, so with that argument, we pray that it was edifying. We'll give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. We'll give them honors to our apostle elders, great millstone, and shalom.
Shalom.
Tonight.
Now, yeah. The water.